Awesome game yesterday by the New York Jets. It was amazing to see them finally take down a competent team in the Cincinnati Bengals. That was a great game for us. As far as the controversy between Mike White and Zach Wilson, personally, I don't think there is any. Mike White's going to get the start versus the Colts here on Thursday, and then, in my opinion, if he plays well, I say you play him again for the Buffalo game, regardless of Zach Wilson's health status at that point, just because I don't want to see an 85% Zach Wilson going out there against the number one team in the division, the Buffalo Bills. Um, but after playing in those games versus the Colts and the Bills, if Mike White's able to replicate what he did against the Bengals, I don't think that he can. But if he can, then by all means, let's keep rolling with him. But I think time will tell in those two games that are upcoming. And if he doesn't play too hot and Zach Wilson's healthy, I say you toss Zach Wilson in there for that Dolphins game, let him play against the Dolphins and Texans, and try and pick up a couple of wins that way. Um, I also think that it kind of helps Zach Wilson in another way in the fact that it kind of shows him what this offense can be whenever you're not looking for those deep passes. Because with Zach Wilson, it seems like a lot of times he's trying to make the best throw possible. Whereas with Mike White yesterday, it was like if he's open, he's hitting them. And so that's going to be a really big testament for Zach Wilson's growth. Can he do kind of like what Mike White did yesterday and hit a lot of these short passes that are quick, rhythmic, and just hitting guys for 2, 3, 4, 5 yard gains versus always going for those 20-yard bombs that he can do, but you don't see those a lot in games, maybe 4 or 5 times at the most. So what you're going to have to really build is that solid spreading the ball around. And I also do think it kind of helped a little bit without having Corey Davis in there. There wasn't any like force feeding the ball to a number one receiver per se, because the Jets don't really have a true number one. We don't have a DeAndre Hopkins. We don't have a Devontae Adams. We don't have any of those number one elite guys we really need to be feeding the ball to. We kind of need to spread it around with this offense. And so it was really good to kind of see that yesterday and the ball spreading around. It was also awesome to see Mike LaFleur up in the booth. It looked like he wasn't as worried because Mike White's been in the league a little bit. He was drafted the same year as Sam Darnold. And so there's a little bit more of a comfort level for him, and so he felt more comfortable being up in the booth, and it looked like the play calling was better. They actually were running some trick plays. It looked like this was the New York Jets Super Bowl is what they were going out there and trying to win. The real question is, can they keep this momentum going now that we do have a win? Because after the Titans win earlier in the year, we came out flat against the Falcons. So can we kind of turn it around? Can we still keep that momentum rolling high and go into this Colts game on Thursday night in Indianapolis and come out with a W? That's the real test. The Colts have been a pretty up and down team. They hammered the 49ers before then getting beaten by the Titans. So it's going to be really curious to see how they perform, if they're going to be kind of playing low after losing to their division rival twice, or if they're going to kind of be up due to the fact that they did take that loss and they're trying to want to compete still for that wild card spot in the playoffs. So it'll be a good game for the New York Jets. Curious to see what happens. But at the end of the day, I still don't think there's a controversy. I think these two games against the Colts and the Bills will kind of play themselves out. And Mike White's career could be defined based on these early games. I know it could be unfortunate for a player, but not a lot of times low draft picks get this kind of opportunity. And so now that he does have that chance, he really needs to go out and make the most of it. So let's see what happens. As always, peace out. Love Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets.